The MiG-29 was developed by the Soviet Union's Mikoyan Design Bureau during the 1970s. It was designed to counter advanced Western aircraft such as the F-15 Eagle and F-16 being developed by the United States. Designed as an air defense fighter, U.S. reconnaissance satellites detected the new fighter in November 1977, and NATO gave it the designation Fulcrum. Which is the better aircraft, the Russian MiG-29, or the American F-15 Eagle and F-16? According to the Israeli lieutenant colonel, the MiG-29's advantage lies in its ability to excel in a tight turning battle. He states, Israeli pilots must be very careful against the MiG-29, and adds that if an experienced professional is piloting it, the Russian fighter jet is a deadly weapon. In analysis, the MiG-29 is among the most advanced aircraft, comparable to the American F-15 Eagle and F-16. Russia, formerly the Soviet Union, wanted an aircraft capable of air-to-air combat, ground attack, and reconnaissance. This aircraft was designed with these capabilities. Nevertheless, the MiG-29 presented a formidable threat to Western pilots. The radars used on earlier Soviet fighters had been unable to distinguish aircraft flying below them from ground clutter, and low-flying aircraft could avoid detection. With the Phasitron near N019 Doppler radar, NATO designation, slot back, capable of detecting a target more than 60 miles away, infrared tracking sensors, and a laser rangefinder carried on the MiG-29, a pilot could track and shoot at aircraft flying below him. Also, the pilot's Shell 3UM-1 helmet-mounted aiming device turned the MiG-29 into a very dangerous threat once opponents came within visual range. No longer did a pilot have to turn his aircraft toward a target and wait for his missile sensors to lock on before firing. Now, the pilot simply turned his head toward a target, and the helmet aimed the missile sensors toward the target. This off-bore sight procedure gave the MiG-29 pilot a great advantage at close range. The crews conducted a 3-hour analysis of the aircraft. At one point, the Israeli Air Force decided to pit their F-15s and F-16s against the MiG-29 in a simulated battle. Lieutenant Colonel M recalls that the MiG-29 proved to be a very serious opponent against the American fighters. Lieutenant Colonel M recalls that the MiG-29 proved to be a very serious opponent against American fighters. In certain scenarios, this aircraft was simply superior to our fighters, says the pilot. Lieutenant Colonel M will never forget the maneuverability of the Russian MiG. What makes a very strong impression on me is the thrust-to-weight ratio. At the time, the MiG-29 was the only fighter in the world that provided such a significantly higher thrust-to-weight ratio, he adds.